Ay, shucks. You are now live with me, G3, and we are live. So I just want to thank everyone who watched this season 2 opening last week because it got a lot of attention. And we got a lot of good feedback, and along with the great feedback, also I got a lot of criticism, and that's fine. I love it. I love criticism that is constructive. So they said na masyado ako madaldal, I keep touching my hair. Guys, I'm not a host, and this is the first time I'm doing this, and I'm doing this out of my bedroom in the province. So I really don't know the first thing about. I'm not a host. So pagbigyan niyo ako, I'm learning as we go along. Anyway, I want to thank Una Richie for my top. It's so funky. I like it. I don't really wear a lot of prints. I like neutrals. I like plain. I like basic colors. But like I said, when I saw this print, I really just fell in love with it. So I asked Nina Richie, Eleazar, my friend, and she's the owner of Una Richie. And it was her birthday. So happy birthday, Nina, to make me one. And it's so cute. So yan. Ingat lang ako kasi baka mamaya mag-nip-slip. So anyway, tonight is another very special night because we are going to talk to two very, very beautiful newlyweds. The first one being my dear, dear love, the one and only Heart Evangelista. So Heart and I worked together when I first joined showbiz. I think it was in 2003, and our first show was ASAP Mania. So sobrang bagets pa si Heart. Bagets din naman ako nun. So yeah, that is, I think, like when I was thinking about it, parang that was the one and only show that we did together, and yet our friendship remained throughout these years. Kasi parang, di ba, parang I feel like when you work good together, like kahit ilang taon pa yung bilangin mo, ganun pa rin yung bonding. So anyway, I'm drinking also tonight, and my drink is from Mix Mojo PH Vlogger Trust. So they have this new mix. They sent me actually 2 new mixes. And it's a collab with a Gimat bar. And I used to go there in Poblacion. My friend is one of the part owners. And it's called Hari ng Kanto. So just to maybe offset the kasosyalan a little bit. So Hari ng Kanto. And it comes with orange slices. And I've been drinking it kanina pa. So maybe I've already consumed half of the bottle. So medyo relax na. Also, my skincare and my makeup tonight is from L'Oreal. So my friends at L'Oreal. So I want to say hi to my friends at L'Oreal. And this is the shade that I'm wearing. It's so cool, no? Para siyang pen. So before we talk to the beautiful Heart Evangelista, magre-touch tayo. Kasi nakakayak. Sinipadala siya ng picture. Sobrang ganda niya. Exact. As in Paris levels. So yan. Kakaiba rin yung lasa. I don't put a lot. I just put a little in the bottom and then I just adjust it. So yeah, so this is the look for tonight. So L'Oreal and Una Richie. Sabihan niyo ako pag lumalabas na yung nipple ko ha, kasi medyo sexy yung damit. Anyway. Hi! So who's here? So I don't know if Heart is already here. So let's see if she is here. So nag-message na siya, pinakita niya sa akin yung look niya. Tapos sabi ko, oh my God. Ganda ni girl. Forever. Hi! So did you enjoy the season opener last week? Hello guys! So yes, so it got a lot of attention. We were on the evening news. Can you believe it? Ayan na si Heart. Nakita ko na siya. Wait, how do I do this? I'm so excited to talk to her as in like all week. Like the one and only Heart Evangelista from the runways of Paris to the province of Sorsogon. Hello to the Sorsogon. Ang ganda-ganda mo naman tonight.
Oh my God, syempre pinaghandaan kita. I can see.
Talaga? Super naganda dito. Oh my God. Can you tell us about tonight's look?
Oh my God, tonight's look is Markham Garner. And medyo na-stress ako because I fell asleep because I did so much today and then I fell asleep and then I woke up so super makeup now. Thank God for eyeliner and new lounge.
Yes,
so medyo medyo
Yeah.
bloated yung eyes ko because I just woke
Saan
up
banda, girl? Sobrang liit ng face mo. Hi to
over
Tim
here.
Tab. Hi. Let's say hi to Tim. Tim has a new food business.
Oh,
It's
hi,
called
Tim.
Walk. Ano yun? Walk with... Yeah. So anyway, kamusta ka na, girl?
I'm good. How are you? How's
I'm
everything
also
over it?
good.
What province are you from?
I'm in Rizal and you are in
Ah, okay.
Sorsogon, di ba?
Yes, I'm here
Girl,
and I
tumira
love
ka na
it.
dyan. Hindi ka na umalis dyan. Kamusta ka
I
naman sa
know. I've
Sorsogon?
been here for I over a month, actually, over a month already. But then I'm really enjoying. I'm doing so much, and I'm with my husband, which is great because I for the whole the whole lockdown, the first time I wasn't with him, so yeah. So ngayon magkasama na kami.
Yes, of course, si Gov, di ba? So, I've never been to Sorsogon, but my sister has been to Sorsogon and she told me all about it. But what for you, if I'm gonna ask you, what are the three things that you love most? I know it's just konti lang, but what are the three favorite things you have about Sorsogon? What are the three favorite things
Um,
about Sorsogon?
well, first I feel that it's like a hidden paradise. Like there's so many places that you just haven't seen yet. Like there's this place called Paguriran and I fell in love with it. It's like a beachfront. And then if it's low tide, you can walk to this parang rock and behind it there's a blue lagoon. And
Oh,
it's so
wow.
beautiful and there's no one. So I love that. What else? I love, Bulusan Lake
Okay.
and it's nice to ride the boat. Ganyan. I actually shot my prenup here, so if you guys
Ah,
watch my
talaga?
prenup, yeah,
Wow.
you'll see a lot of the spots here. And I love the local goods. Like, not a lot of people know that the products here that some are selling in other places come from Sorsogon, and it nakakaliw because there's nothing really to do and going around seeing all the products are really really nice and exciting and you know what's surprising? The ukay stores here are so
Saan
good.
nga? Nakita ko nga yung outfit mo kahapon.
Yeah,
Saan niya nakuha yung ukay-ukay outfit niya?
yeah, and there's a 20 peso store and it's really really fantastic and I saw this really nice kanina I was back there again and I saw this nice jacket. It was like a linen blazer with a nice patch. It was 20 pesos pero ang laki ng spider but so na bulabog ko yung store but then it's so interesting. There's just so much to discover. I wish people get to see Sorsogon soon when all of this is over.
Well, I wish to visit someday. And, I like from your stories and from all of your posts, I can see that it's a great place to visit. It's a very touristy place. And the craftsmanship of the people. What do you call the people in
Yes.
Sorsogon?
I'm sorry.
Sorsogon yan, Sorsogon. How do you call the people from Sorsogon?
Sorsoganos.
Sorsoganos.
Mm.
Sorsoganos. So
Yeah.
adopted Sorsoganos. So
Yeah. Well, my
I
mom
think,
my mom is also from Bicol actually.
so
So
marunong ka
Bicol, yeah.
mag-Bicolano. Marunong ka
Bicolana
mag
talaga siya. So, but I've never really got to go and I never really, got to live in the province when I was younger. Lahat kami Manila. But then now I really enjoy it. Super.
Yeah. I saw nga your vlog. Sabi mo, parang lahat na tayo lumipat na dito.
Super. Because we're still very, everything is, oh, thank God, everything is well maintained. Even like the cases or everything is very pretty organized. So you feel a bit more safe here
Yes,
and
exactly.
everybody's very, very careful. So it's nice to be here because I have major anxiety when I'm in Manila. So very peaceful here.
Well, you have obviously made it to your home, and I can see that you've been redecorating the house and you've been talking to the
Yes.
locals. And I mean, like, everywhere you go, you make it beautiful. So tell us about all
Wow.
of your mini projects in the house and parang how do you spend your time during quarantine? Because we're going on our 23rd week this week.
Yes. Well, I have been reorganizing like my house in Manila. Um, I used all of my old stuff. I changed it up. I rearranged everything. So it, gave it a fresh look and you feel a bit more better. You're in a different place. Here naman in Sorsogon, it's not really my house. Like I live in my in-laws, pero may painting ko doon. Si Cheese naglagay niyan.
Nakita ko nga.
May painting na yeah. But this is my in-laws house and I'm just living here and in the back of the house there's like a pool area with a small house and parang it's kind of isolated from all the politics that happen so I stay there a lot so I decided to paint on the walls and look for use all of my source of finds and place it there and that's when I decided, it's like, oh, I think I want to do like a Sorsogon line and, really show people on my
Wow.
Instagram.
Yes, please
I
do
don't know,
that. Please
oily
do that.
ko.
Oy, hi, Naiko. Wait, anong tawag dito? Parang di ba I told, in my intro to you, I told them that we only work together sa isang show. Can you
Yes,
believe it?
ASAP.
ASAP Mania, and that was
Yeah,
back
and
in
I remember you
2003.
so well filling up, sorry. No, oily, sorry. I remember you
Kasi,
filling up the Manila paper with yung pentel pen na malaki, and you
oo.
would like write, and you would always wear a white polo and jeans, and your hair would be on the side, really long. Super, I remember
I
that.
remember that I would go around the dressing rooms to brief the artist, and you would
Yeah.
always come out, and then you would say na parang, GT, you're a stylish person. Can you check my
Yes, no,
outfit?
you
Ganyan,
always
ganyan.
dressed so well.
And then
Super.
you would always show me your outfit, and now you are a fashion icon, a
Wow.
global fashion icon.
My
I mean, like,
God.
Judith Lieber sends you purses.
I know. Well,
How do you feel
ah,
about being a global fashion icon?
grabe naman. But it's really flattering, especially like for me. I mean, I've been in the industry for 24 years, and when I felt like, nothing is really happening, ganyan, and I just started to, just be myself, and it's like, what, I'm kind of bored. I think I'm gonna, attend, because I got an invitation from
Oh.
Scaparelli at that time, and I said, okay, you know
Wait,
what,
are you
I'm
still
gonna go.
drinking? Sorry, are you still drinking?
Yes, I am. I'm having
Cheers muna,
wine.
cheers. To the
Cheers!
beautiful Heart Evangelista.
Cheers! So I'm having wine, and I put Coke because the wine, it's not so good, so I added Coke
Ah,
Zero.
pwede ba yun?
Yeah, it's like spritz. Like they have that in
It
Italy.
doesn't like change the flavor. It doesn't cheapen it in a
No,
way. Okay lang.
it's so good. I like it. I put a lot of ice, but it's gone now. So yeah,
Anyway,
so I started to attend
Scaparelli.
fashion week.
Scaparelli.
Yeah,
Scaparelli. How do you say
Schiaparelli,
it? Scaparelli? Scaparelli.
Schiaparelli. Yeah, so she's like the
Scaparelli.
rival of Chanel in their time. And I just got so addicted to seeing couture and all of that, and just snowballed from there. I don't know why. I think I'm just lucky. I don't know, because every time like I'd sit down, I'd be in front row, and I'd all of a sudden I'd be beside ganito ganyan, and then they'd see a piece of what I'm wearing, they'd chat, and you chat back, and then they say, "Oh, you should come to blah 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 blah," like that, and then it'll just go and go, and then yeah, like Judith Lieber, I was so surprised because I've been a fan of Judith Lieber, like amazing bags, and I received an email from them, and yun, they sent me a bag, and I was just so flattered, and all of that. Kaya lang, pangit yung nails ko. You have to excuse me.
I don't care. I mean, like, basta maganda yung face. Anyway, siyempre, barkada mo rin sa lubutan, di ba? Parang ganyan na yung, ganyan yung friends mo, di ba? Parang before, like,
It's
you're
so,
bratty, ganyan-ganyan, and now, like,
it's
it's
so
lubot.
strange.
Kaya nga.
It's,
So,
parang it's like a
tapos I was
dream,
watching your
actually.
stories kanina. Tapos puro pare. Alam mo yun, like, you had a throwback. So, what is that life like? I mean, for somebody who just looks and admires. So, tell us about what kind of life that is.
Oh my God, yesterday actually, I was going through the throwbacks, and I was like, oh my God, parang now, parang, was it just a dream? Like, it's
Oo
so
nga.
far from, parang, parang you're like, I'm stuck, and parang it's like a dream, and I just, it's mind blowing, to be there with people, to meet people, I was just telling my hair guy, Jekka, I was like, I can't even
Hi,
believe that.
Becca!
Hi, Jack! Hindi sila nakabihis, nahiya sila. I can't even believe how, like, Christian Louboutin invited me over to his house, and he cooked truffle pasta for me. Well,
Seryoso,
there's
he
five
signed
of
your
us.
shoe. He signed your shoe.
I know, he signed my shoe, and then and he was having like a little construction in his house, so I had to go to the powder room, and it's like, so I have to go to the bathroom. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you just go to my room, and I went into his room, and but he's such a normal person. His toothbrush was there and everything. I was
Like
like,
the masters. He made you
yeah,
look at the
it's like
masters.
so surreal that you're there, and you look up to the person, and it's really nice to experience these things, and you meet people that they're so nice, like they're so down to earth, and nakakatuwa. It's
Yeah.
nakakatuwa.
You know why? I was talking to Marie Lozano. Like, we had a 3-hour van ride from Bantayan to Cebu proper.
Yeah.
And then she told me that all the rich Asian girls, when they go to the shops, when they go to the brands, they would get their phones and they would show your photo to the brands and say, I want this bag. I want what she's
Wow,
wearing.
really?
That's why all of the brands love you. That's why all of the
Oh my
designers love
God.
you. It's like all over Asia, Singapore, Hong Kong, China,
Wow.
Shanghai. Like they would say na parang, I want what she's wearing, and then they'll show what you're wearing. That's why the
Wow.
brands love you. Grab, and that is what you call influence. That's why
Oh
every
my
time
God.
people ask me who is the most fashionista, who is the most powerful woman in fashion in the Philippines, and it's not even the editors. It's not even like these designers. It's really just you. Oh my
My
God!
God.
You don't
Hey,
have,
I'm
you
so
don't know the
flattered.
yeah, you don't know the influence you have. Kasi di ba syempre Kevin Kwan tapped you. So how do you feel about that? Being like the most
My hair
influential.
standing up. No, I mean, I like I said, it's such a parang it's like a dream because parang especially being in that scene and I'm so small. I'm 5'2" and parang you have all these beautiful, perfect looking women like studded with all you can imagine and these people start a conversation with you but I really feel that as long as like Filipinos, they're so hardworking and I think
Yes.
Filipinos are so pleasant. Yung
Yes.
parang mas-smile, tapos machika pero not invasive. Hindi yung parang
Yes. Not
over.
in your face. Not in your
Yeah,
face.
not in your face. So I feel na that kind of behavior of us of Filipinos, they appreciate that na we're just low key, di ba?
Yes, of
So
course now you're
nakakatuwa.
yes, nakakatuwa talaga. As in, nakaka-proud. Like, when I look at you and when I look at all the attention that you get from all the brands, ako parang, oh my God, deserve. Wala na talagang
My
iba. Ikaw
God, thank
talaga.
you.
But, of course, before you were a world-class, like a global fashionista, before you were this renowned artist, like, I know that your paintings sell for 900,000. I've been to the exhibits. Girl! Grabe! I met you as an actress. The first time I met you was as an actress. Do you
Yes.
miss acting?
I do actually. I really, really do. I did this film with Garlic. Actually, we
Oh,
worked together in China, and it was a really intense like film, like super bloody, super action, and I really enjoyed it.
action?
Yeah, major action, like killer level ganyan, and it was really an experience, and I do miss it. It's just I guess I was busy with other things because when you have a soap,
Yes,
you can't
that's
leave, you can't do
that's true.
anything. And so parang since ngayon lang naman ako nagkaroon ng ganitong experience, I really wanted to go out. And I was very thankful that they were very supportive with what I was doing. They know that it was hard also, that I was really working there. And they were very supportive. So I set it aside for a bit. But like now, I don't think I mind doing another soap or maybe doing another movie. Yeah, before I plan to really get pregnant and do what I need to do. Oh,
Hey, well, I mean, like one of
can
my
you hear me?
favorite one of my favorite. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me?
Yes, yes,
You can see me. Okay. Okay. So like
yes.
one of my favorite teleseries ever is Hiram. Hiram. And that
Oh
aired the
my
same time as
God.
my first teleserye, Cristala. And my boyfriend was one of the writers of, my ex-boyfriend, sorry, was one of the writers of Hiram. And of course, you played the role of Margaret. At yun yung
Sino?
time na uso pa ang mga, si Genesis, uso pa yung mga plot na amnesia. Di ba? Parang, that was such a star-studded
Oh my
cast.
God.
That was a star-studded cast. Ann Curtis, Chris Aquino, Dina Bonnevie, John Estrada. Ang
Yes,
dami. And
yes.
you were the lead
Jeff
actress.
Eigenman.
Yes, and you were the lead actress, and I watched it religiously every day, and you are such a blessed and gifted actress. And every time I
Grabe
watch it, I would
naman.
say na parang, oh my God, ang haba nung leg nung girl. Sobrang haba ng leg nung
Doon na punta lahat ng height ko yung leeg sa leeg ko.
giraffe. Pero more than that, you were such a great actress. How did you
Wow.
feel about doing that iconic teleserye with, of course, the greats? Like, of course,
No, of
Chris,
course.
Dina,
Like,
and Curtis.
I think that's why I had to, really like do my best because I was very pressured because, the I'm about to produce a tier. Bumubuhos na yun sa kanila. So I really had to, level up with my game. But it was such an experience also
Yeah.
doing that soap. It was my first soap actually.
First
And I
of all,
remember, yeah, and I remember being pulled out of mix because they wanted me to do more soap operas than being the very kikay me. So they wanted to do like a rebranding or changing of image, ganyan. But I had a hard time though changing my image. But yeah,
Bakit? Eh, parang ang galing-galing mo, Marte. When did you
Nako,
find out that you were, when did you find out that you were an actress? Di ba parang meron talagang moment yan na parang, oh shit, actress ako.
I think that time I don't think I did well. Like I think I was better. Yeah, I don't think I did well. I think I was better when I was older because I
Ah,
feel like I had more, heartaches. I had more pain. I've experienced real pain in life that I can really
taran!
yeah, like it really matters because they're parang kailangan mo talagang ipiga before lumabas
Yes.
yung luha mo. But like now I feel na I know how it feels to be broken.
Oh my
I know how it feels to be ganyan.
How can you,
Cheers.
I mean, I don't like, yeah, but everybody goes through heartbreak, diba? Pero, parang I don't know, like, ano pa yung ginawa mo after Hiram, but I know that the next iconic
I
teleserye
did
that you did
Panday
was
after Hiram.
Panday. I remember that it was such a long and tedious search for the leading lady. And
Yeah.
then it went to you with Jericho Rosales. Kamusta
Mm-hmm.
naman ang Panday?
Okay naman. No, I really, I think that part of my life, like that whole experience with me fighting for my independence and all of the rebellious acts that I did at the time was really one of the best times of my life because I really, um, that was me becoming like into a lady, into a woman, and really discovering myself, my strength, my weaknesses. Although I still ended up being very weak at the time because I was just very confused because of my family. But the whole
How old
like
were you then? I forgot na how
I
old you
was
were.
about to turn 21.
Oh, sobrang baby pa.
Yeah, I was about to turn 21, and I had a mind of a 17-year-old because
Okay.
I didn't really do anything. I've never, I never had a kissing scene like that. That was parang one of my first major
Oo
ones
nga.
pa.
Oo
So,
nga.
yeah, so parang stress sila sa akin. Na-stress silang lahat.
Oo. Kasi di ba parang, I mean, the topic tonight is about love, di ba? Parang,
Yeah.
all in that teleserye, you also fell in love. And I was telling Tim Yap, I was talking to Tim Yap, and then I go parang, wait, I remember that you posted something in your Remoa event, and it is a photo of you and the star of Panday, Jericho
Mm-hmm.
Rosales, and it was such a, alam mo yun, walang words, walang caption, walang anything, parang, it was such a beautiful, I mean, like, nakaka-good vibes siya na picture. Kasi
Lipstick
parang,
lang ko Baka kasi
oh, sige.
makarry to. Yung mga iba mong naka-carry sa news eh. Kailangan,
Baka mamaya ito yung ma-lift na clip.
baka
Anyway,
makarry
di
sa
ba parang,
news.
di ba parang it was also a moment when you fell in love with your co-star because you've never, I mean, like, hindi ka naman na-in love sa Hiram.
No, no.
But in Panday, you also fell in love. So, what was it like falling in love and actually, doing the work?
It was quite nice. I mean, it was real for me and parang also because my story at the time were like, we were I mean, my character Eden was we were being torn apart. We were in different like parallel worlds but we couldn't meet.
Universes, oo.
Yeah. So and in real life I was also going through like a
Ang
personal
ganda-ganda pala ng
struggle.
pilot nyo. Super ganda ng pilot nyo. It was written by Tristan Gaynor. Ang
Yes,
ganda ng pilot
yes.
nyo. Super gandang pilot. One of the
And
best
even the
pilots. And
music video was so good. I
yes,
love that song. I still
yes,
love
yes.
that song.
River Maya,
So
tama?
Sugar Free.
Sugar free. Sorry, I missed
Sugar
it.
Free. So good. Yeah, so and it was such a big production and parang with Hiram at the time I was with other artistas and this it was just parang of course it was with other artistas but I was my first time being a leading lady, like a real leading lady.
Oo.
So I enjoyed it. I really did.
I know, and it reflected in the
I think
way.
I enjoyed it a little too much.
And then of course, di ba parang after that, you had to make a decision and you had to leave your home for a long time since you were a little girl, di ba? Not
Yeah, I had to leave. I left 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. How did that feel, like leaving everybody behind to transfer to a brand new home? Kasi syempre, this is something, a craft that you love, people that you actually love, and parang ako din, I was so sad to see you go.
Oh,
But
I
how
was
did you
very
feel
sad.
about how did you feel about leaving ABS-CBN?
Well, at the time, it was very sad because I didn't really have like a choice at the time. I remember it just happened so quickly. Like
Yeah.
everything just happened. So I remember opening my door when I woke up in the morning and all of my furniture, all of my picture frames, all of the pictures in the picture frames were gone. And parang nag-move on na lahat ng tao for me and I wasn't
Oh,
ready. And I remember that it was just a fast thing that all of a sudden I was signing already. And of course, I mean, that turned out to be a blessing for me now. Like it all makes sense now. But at the time, I was just very sad because I didn't really have a choice. Or I did, but I didn't know that I did. Or I didn't know that I
yeah.
could say no or
True. Yeah.
something. But parang ang bilis lang ng ikot ng mundo ng mga panahong yun na wala akong control, parang ganyan.
And you were only 21, diba? You were
That
21.
time, I was already 23.
You were
That time,
23
yeah.
na.
I
And then
was
of course,
23 at the time.
this is a brand new world, a brand new station, and a brand new atmosphere. What was it like being in GMA? Like, how did they welcome you, and how did you feel about their welcome?
Well, I was kind of numb at the time. I was just really going through the days. They were very, very nice to me. They still are very, very nice to me. And, like I remember when I did my first crying scene, after my first crying scene, nagulat ako kasi nagpalakpakan sila after ng taste. What? Bakit sila nagpapalakpakan? So, it was just so different. And, parang it was nice, but I wasn't really myself then. Like, I wasn't really masyadong paying attention nga. Kasi medyo cloudy yung
Oo.
life ko nung time na
Of course,
yun.
it takes a while to be adjusted, diba? Every time you transfer to like a new home and everything, when did you feel that you were finally home in GMA?
Um, you know, I mean, I've been with GMA for a really, really long time now. But it was really when I like recently actually that I transferred to artist center that I really feel like okay, I'm really at home. Although I've been at home, but it's just more legit to me now that
Oo.
I used to be managed by Viva with my commercials, but it was really more me managing my everyday life. Well, my mom was until she didn't, and I started to manage my own stuff. But when all of a sudden I had somebody taking care of my contracts and not my husband anymore taking care of my contracts, um, yeah, because he would do everything because nobody was helping me. I really felt like, okay, fine, I can relax. I'm really at home. Um, and yun, so I'm very happy.
I know, I'm very happy for you. And then, of course, you have this episode in your life that you really, really fought for love. And this was, I think,
Mhm.
the most controversial part of your
I think I
life.
had so
Not,
many
not,
episodes in my life
not
that I
that
fought for love.
not that you're a very controversial. Actually, you're not a controversial artist, no. In fairness to you, you're not a controversial
I think
artist. But
I am though. Like I'm always
are you?
like
Are you really?
I feel like I'm always I don't know, like I'm always in the middle of something. Like I feel like I'm
Talaga?
always yeah, I
I feel
feel.
that's so tame. I feel nga na parang si Heart is such a tame, like may tame trajectory siya. But I
Nagpo-press ko kasi yung
remember,
parents ko so parang feeling ko hindi tame.
pero
Parang
pinaglaban mo
that's
si
like the
Daniel.
worst thing like ever
Pero girl,
happened to.
aminin mo, pinaglaban mo si Daniel Matsunaga sa parents mo. Di ba?
Yeah,
Parang,
I did. Yeah, I
yeah.
did. I
So
did
what was
naman.
it
He's
like to
such a
be,
nice guy.
I know, I love him. I work with him also. But what was it like to go against your parents to fight for somebody that you really love?
Well, the one of Danielle wasn't, I mean, it wasn't that, it was stressful, but it wasn't that stressful. Like, I mean, I felt bad for him because I really, really scared him. But it wasn't as stressed as the others, like in the past and then in the present.
See,
That
the
was,
girl.
that was very stressful.
Okay.
Yung mga Panday days and then yung mga
Okay.
Chris Escudero days, yan, super stressful. Like, oh my God, the stuff that went on behind all the interviews, everything, it's crazy. I can't even begin.
But you went halfway across the world. You went to Brazil to meet his
I
parents.
did, yeah, I
Di
did.
ba parang, what was it like to be that in love? To be able to, say that this is my guy and I'm gonna fight for him. But how do you get to that point?
Oh my gosh, I can't even say. I mean,
Nakalaban mo na, di ba parang you and me against the world yung drama nun. I remember it because it was all over the
shucks, hindi ko
paper.
kasi pwedeng sabihin yung eksaktong nangyari kasi that exactly what I was doing. But okay, so
Okay.
paano ba
Cheers muna
i-explain?
tayo.
But I went to Brazil. Cheers na muna tayo. Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Love it. Oh.
I love it. I went to Brazil because, you know, I was with Danielle, and, you know, Danielle, I think more than any, of course I loved him when we were together, but I really loved him for the person he was. But of course, in some way, I knew that we weren't for each other, and I felt that he was such a good guy na parang I knew somebody else could make him happy. And I knew that parang we were just different. We were just so different. And parang I didn't want to force it. And also I was going through something also at that time with somebody from the past that came back, and so parang basta, oh my God, ang hirap. Ang hirap-hirap.
Pero,
But
yes, I know, but my God, that
hindi
was
ko siya
not-
ma-answer ng ano eh. I'm usually more open. Si Jeka, hi Jeka. They can see you in the mirror, by the way, Jeka.
I can see Jeka.
Sige, just say hi.
Hello na, mag-hi ka na.
Yeah,
Hello!
Hi! Oh
From
my God,
Sorsogon.
naka-serious ka, girl.
yeah, tapos nag-volleyball siya.
Oo, anyway, after Danielle, Chiz na, di ba?
After that, nag-isip eh. Yes,
Wait,
yes. But
Di ba si
But
Chiz na?
babe, I'm live I'm answering stuff about love with G3. You wanna say hi?
Hello, Senator. Hello, Governor.
Oh, they're talking about the household stuff. I'm talking about love, like love in general, babe. So just in case this goes G3, just in case this goes out on the news, we're talking about love in general. So that involves the past.
Oh, what did you say?
I'm very good.
Hello. Hi, Governor.
Hi daw, Governor. Mag-hi ka nga. Wait lang.
What did you say? Depends what you said.
No, I'm just
We're
do
just
you want me
getting
to
you.
do
We're
do
getting
you want me
you.
to lie? Do you want me to lie about my life?
I might be transformation to something I disagree with.
No.
Hello,
I just
Governor.
Hello?
hindi ka kita. Tingnan mo yung
Kalahati mukha lang.
No, pakita mo yung ulo mo. I'm live.
Hi.
with
Hi,
G3.
Governor.
Hello.
We're talking about love as the topic.
How many of us can say that Miriam Defensor Santiago is our Cupid? Only you, di ba? Parang, can you tell us how that happened? Paano siya naging matchmaker between somebody who is from showbiz
Ay, pag ako
and
nagkwento,
somebody
iba
who is from
version.
Hollywood?
Hindi. Oh, no,
Diba?
sasabihin ko naman eh. No, exit siya kasi may meeting siya. No, because Tita Miriam, when I broke up with my ex at the time, she told me that I needed to start to see more of the world. Like, I needed to date, you know, people outside showbiz, kanyan. And parang she had a list of different, you know, eligible guys. Yeah, she had a list of different, and I got calls a lot from different people.
Oh my God!
But-
Seryoso ba yung meron siyang list?
Yeah, it was naka-fold pa nga eh yung list. May 1, may 2, may ganyan. It's so funny. And and then I said that, you know, I have this crush since before 2007 because sabi kong ganyan, and it's like, Chiz Escort. It's like, oh, Chiz, well, let me check if he's annulled. Gumanon siya. And yeah, and then she made a call and then contacted Chiz ganyan. And at the beginning, he thought na parang meron siyang nasabing masama tungkol kay Tita Miriam na awayin siya or something. And then, yun, she set us up together. But it didn't really happen right away because it took like 2 months before I realized that he was really, you know, he liked me. I thought that we were just friends. But that's how it started with Tita Miriam.
But he already knew who you were. Of course, my God, Heart Evangelista.
Well, he said that he saw me long time ago with my ex-boyfriend daw in ABS. I was waiting for my car. Naka-white t-shirt daw ako. And then, yun, dumating daw yung ex-boyfriend ko. Parang ganyan.
Tapos anong sabi niya? Gandang-ganda na siya sa'yo.
Oh, maganda daw ako. Ganyan.
Can you make kwento your first date with Chiz Escudero, with the governor?
Like the official date or the first
Yeah.
time I met him for dinner?
First time that you met him for dinner.
So it was at the Heat, Shangri-La EDSA. And,
Ang sarap ng ano dyan.
yeah. Oh, tell all. Major to.
Oo.
Major. That's my sister-in-law. So,
Not all, ah.
not all. Slightly not all. No-conscious ako kasi nanonood sila eh. Anyway, so
Wait lang, Heart, hindi ba jahe? Like, if your date brings you to an equal you can do, hindi Hindi ba nakakawala ng poise pag buffet yung ano?
Actually, I've never been to Heat, actually. So I didn't really know what to expect. Yeah, I would go to the Japanese restaurant upstairs. I didn't know what it was. But I just knew Heat because Tita Miriam's husband would have lunch there all the time. But I've never been there. And so when he told me Heat is a smoking area pa, and naka-jacket ako na tweed. That's my brother-in-law.
Tapos gumano siya, oh.
No, because mainit.
Naka-Chanel ka.
Nakatweed ako naka-stress ako. Nakatweed ako na, buti na ng topic natin si Cheese ngayon. Nakatweed ako na red na jacket. And then I was wearing a black dress. So, super black dress. And so I took it out. No, kasi nakalo na ako. So, anyway, I took it off and then he's like, tumingin siya, but wala. He didn't show me any kind of...
When you took it off, anong dress mo sa loob?
I was wearing, I think it was Club Monaco na black. Ang ingay nyo! Club Monaco na black. Ilipat na ba ako, G3? Kasi hindi tayo makakapagkwentuhan ng totoo dito.
With a red bolero?
Anyway, so, yeah, so he was with a friend. He wasn't alone.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't alone. May chaperone siya, so he wasn't alone. Jet!
So tapos, ano yung
And then,
impression mo sa kanya?
he was nice, but he
Nice
was...
lang.
Oo, nice lang. Kasi,
He was nice and cute.
yeah, he was really guapo. I mean, I feel like ever since naman nagugwapuhan na talaga ako sa kanya. Kasi
Gwapo naman
super
talaga ng governor.
dignified and all of that.
Apparently.
May mga side comment.
Then ako na yung conversation.
Oh, go conversation.
Ano
Oh my God. Wala ka bang waiting ka?
Ako na yung conversation.
Wait, hi, Governor. So,
Hello.
so that dinner in Heat, di ba nagtanggal siya ng jacket? Ano na-feel mo nung nagtanggal siya ng jacket? What did you feel?
Nagtinginan kami ng kaibigan ko.
Babe, ha? Huwag ka masyado,
Bakit ka may
Ha?
bakit ka may chaperone? Na-stress ka? Na-intimidate
Basta
ka?
si Heart ang kausap mo, hindi ako. Ako, nag-i-inject lang ako ng information.
Sige.
Oh.
So, wala kami mapag-usapan. Tinanong ko siya, so what does your ex do? Aside from go to the gym.
Oh, he said, do you go to the gym? I
I
said,
goes to the gym
no,
every
because he
day.
said, do you go to the gym? And it's like, do you go to the gym? Kasi parang he looked so, Sabi niya, no. Sabi niya, oh, does your boyfriend go to the gym? Sabi ko, yeah, he goes to the gym. Really? So I go, yeah, like mga 4 hours a day, parang ganyan.
Every day?
Every day. Sabi niya. Because we spoke about, our past or whatever. Because he didn't show me any kind of interest. So I thought that we were just making chika as friends.
So sabi niya, how about you guys? Do you go to the gym? Tinginan kami. No.
Ng friend niya, hindi.
I know. And she goes, why?
So what was your assessment of that first dinner together with the chaperone?
I thought it was
What your
weird.
assessment? Did you think it was romantic?
It was weird because I had a chaperone and no bodyguard and she had a bodyguard. So
No.
that per se was weird.
No, it was weird because
Pababa na ako.
oh, sige, bumaba.
O gusto mo dito na lang ako para?
Punta kayo dito, please.
Gusto mo dito na lang ako
No,
para?
come on. Yes, oo, bumaba
Kaya
na
ko
kayo.
to, darling.
Guys, no, I won't. Pinapawisan na.
Tatapusin ko lang. Tapos sabi ko,
Can you please
do
go?
you guys go to the gym? Sabi ko, no. Tingnan kami sila. Ako na pala.
Kasi kung
No,
mamahalin
kasi
ako ng babae.
Gusto namin kung mamahalin kami ng babae, hindi yung katawan namin. Yung kami talaga. Hindi yung mga muscle namin,
Totoo
yung
naman
abs
sinabi
namin,
niya yun.
yung pecs namin, yung gano'n. Hindi.
Okay, go ka na. Oh, ate, dun sila
Pagkatapos ng tinext ko siya, ay,
Nagkaka-hypes na ako.
Nag-hypes ka na. Oh, cheers tayo. Na-stress ka kasi. Cheers. Okay. So first,
kailangan pa natin pag-usapan yung mga lecture mo sa kanila bukas.
Doon na kayo mag-usap, dali, babe.
Memorize ko na.
Live kami. Darling, sorry, okay.
I don't care. It's okay. So,
Sige, ako na lang mag-lecture dahil siya.
Okay, and then?
first official date.
Michelle.
Kasi parang syempre, di ba, parang that was like sort of unofficial in a way kasi may chaperone.
Yeah,
tapos
first
okay.
official
So,
date.
first official date, where?
We went to Tagaytay. He brought me to Tagaytay, and I remember there was like a view, and sabi, parang, he said that if the lights, kasi parang we were already chika, ganyan, and in hours na kumbaga. This is like, a month after. Kasi parang
Ay, 1 month ang
paputol-putol.
follow-up?
Yeah,
1 month ang
paputol-putol
follow-up?
siya. In fact, I think over a month. And then he said na parang, you know, sabi niya, oh my God. Basta we were supposed to kiss. And then I kind of said, wait, parang ganyan. And he's like, if the lights turn off, it's okay to kiss me. And then nagulat ako yung buong view, all the lights turned off. I was like, what is this? And then, and so
Conspiracy.
yun. So we
nag-kiss
kissed.
kayo.
Nag-kiss kami.
Ano yung feeling ng first kiss with the governor?
It was really nice. I mean, I was very kilig because he's always been a crush of mine since 2007. And yeah, so and he was very, very like, he's such a gentleman and so smart.
Yes.
And because he didn't show that he was interested at all in the beginning, parang it was like more of a friendship. Parang it was nicer because there was like really more of getting to know each other
Right.
and all of that.
Okay. Of course, like, syempre, diba, kilig-kilig na, you can feel kilig. Kasi diba parang ikaw, like, throughout your career and throughout your life, diba parang, your name is love. You were born on Valentine's Day. Destiny mo talaga. I'll be in love all the time, diba? But, of course, everyone was like waiting for who you were actually going to marry. And of course, diba, that day came. And when did you really realize that, oh my God, si Chiz yung papakasalan ko? I mean, kasi diba parang, even in Clueless, diba parang si Cher Horowitz, parang, merong point of realization kung kailan mo malalaman na parang, oh my God, this is the guy for me. So when was that moment when you realized that Chiz was the one that you were going to be married?
In a weird way, while we were dating already, I kind of really knew that he was the one for me because I know this sounds cheesy, but ever since before talaga, I really liked him. Like I remember I even watched his speech on YouTube, and you know I really looked up to him. And when I met him in person, parang he did not disappoint. Like he was so more than what I thought he would be, and so parang and he was just so normal to me, and it wasn't like other people that I've dated in the past that it just because everybody liked us together or just because people were killing that they saw us together, it
Or
was
that
nice.
you look good together.
Yeah, parang that it was such a big deal, such a big chunk of your relationship. For me, it was actually the opposite. Like I don't think people liked us together, and I think people doubted like why. Parang ganyan. But because I've never been so open about myself, and I've never been so real, and I've never met anybody so real, and I felt na okay, this is why you marry someone, is because you don't want to pretend to be okay. Kailangan pagsisilbihan ko siya, kailangan all out ko, kailangan yung nakakapagod yung ganon. So I'm just gonna give you till here kasi sorry, ito lang na lang kaya ko kasi medyo nabasag na ako o nasaktan
Yes,
na
of
ako
course,
sa
girl.
past.
Yes, girl. Yes,
I'm
girl.
sorry?
Yes, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing.
Yeah,
Kasi
so
parang that was such a great, I mean, like, the wedding, like, parang sobrang ganda ng wedding gown mo, as in, like, Princess Grace Kelly and everything.
Yeah.
And, parang, sige.
So I knew that he was the one, in short. Like, I knew it right away. So, yeah.
How
I
did he
married my
propose?
dream guy.
Yes, how did he propose?
He was supposed to propose in Paris. He actually had the ring already the first time we went to Paris, but there were some papers that didn't come out yet, so hindi natuloy. And then eventually here in Sorsogon, we were here, and he told me na dinner na. And when I went down, I didn't know that all of our friends were here from Manila, and there was
Wow.
the band playing, which was Lady in Red, because that was the song that was playing the first time I saw him before I met him. I saw him at Gaudi in Fort. I remember. I was like, oh my God.
I remember Gaudi.
Yeah, I saw him at Gaudi in Fort, and I was like, oh my God, he's so he's so dignified and so good looking and like the thing. And then yeah, that was the song that was playing. So I remember I told him that, when I think of you, I think of Lady in Red, the song. And so that was playing, and yeah, he proposed to me, and the rest is history.
How many years have you guys been married?
Married about 5, and then
Wow.
together about 8.
Wow, 5 years na pala. Parang time
Yeah,
flies.
tagal. Tagal
So
na.
fast, diba? Diba? Parang
Yeah.
ganyan. So parang, I feel like, syempre, diba, we are all in the same boat. We're all quarantined together. And you told me earlier that you were quarantined apart, and now you're quarantined together. What are the new things that you learn about your spouse when you're quarantined together that actually hindi kayo makalabas? Diba? Kasi a lot of couples go through this, like, parang,
Getting to know you again.
24/7 kayo magkasama. Diba, it becomes like a test of the relationship if you're really, you're really that compatible. So what are the new
Yeah.
things that you learned about your
Actually, I
husband
don't.
now that you're quarantined together?
You'll be a little upset because I didn't learn anything new because I just know him for who he is already. He's just
Okay.
like that. But what I like about him is that he's so hands-on with, household stuff, like the system of the house, who's gonna go to the grocery, who's ganyan, sino mamamalengke, how we're gonna do it, all of that. So,
Yeah.
pagdating sa household stuff and palengke stuff, and siya lahat nag-ayos nun. So,
But
you
you
know,
don't
I
go to
don't
the palengke.
no, I don't need to do anything because he's really hands-on with the nitty-gritty. Even like magkano lang yung gagastusin sa ganyan, mga ganyan. Siya lahat yun. So,
Nice.
yeah, so wala akong, in short, OOTD lang ako ng OOTD. Wala akong masyadong nasikaso. Because he's so hands-on. And so that's what I appreciate about him. Especially now we're in Sorsogon and we don't live in Manila. It's a bit complicated. Like, of course, nobody can go out of the house. So everything has to be done by delivery and all of that. And I don't know how to do online banking and stuff like that and buying stuff online. I don't know how to do. So he does all of that.
Do you miss shopping? Physical shopping?
I miss going to Paris. I miss going, to Fashion Week. I miss touching the clothes and seeing
Yeah.
it. I really do. I'm not gonna lie, but there's not a porte. There's ukay. Oh my god, like ukay is the
ng
best.
Sorsogon, diba?
Yeah, like
Umabot ng Sorsogon.
unexpected. Like
Alam
I
mo,
don't.
Hearty, you know what I like about you and Chiz? When I watch your vlogs, like especially, my favorite is the one that you went to Japan and you just kept
Yes.
eating. Parang sabi ko, it's such a natural, organic relationship. Yung parang, you wouldn't think that this girl is a fashion superstar and you wouldn't think that the guy is like a governor, senator, whatever. You just think that they're an ordinary couple going through, traveling together, and it just feels so organic. And I feel na parang, to achieve that, it's really authenticity, di ba? Hindi kailangan ng, kasi di ba parang, I know that you get a lot of slack for, parang posting OOTDs, ganyan. But you help a lot. And you have helped me. And I want everyone to know, all of my followers, me and my mom, iyak na iyak ako. And my family, parang last year, exactly a year ago, parang bills were piling up. And it was, we were in the hospital for 2 months. And I approached Heart because parang I had a dinner meeting with
grabe ka.
the mayor, Mayor Joy Belmonte. And she said na, approach one of the senators. If you're close to a senator. So I approached Heart. Sabi ko, parang at the time, I think Chiz was still a senator. Parang hindi na yata
No more
governor
na.
siya.
Hindi
Governor
na siya.
So sabi
Yeah.
ko sa kanya, parang sabi kasi ni Mayor Joy Belmonte sa akin, yung mga senators, meron silang fund, meron silang medical fund. So if you want help, you can approach them. So I approached Senator Angara, Senator Pangilinan, and Senator Chiz. Pero hindi na pala Senator si Chiz.
Yeah,
diba?
kaya wala na siyang
Wala na siyang fund. But then, Heart Evangelista, from her own pocket, helped me and my mom. And I didn't expect it because sabi ko,
Gabi ka.
naman yan, may fund naman sila dyan. So ako talaga, parang, I will defend you to my death. As in, like, kahit anong sabihin nila sa'yo, they will say that you are superficial, that you are frivolous. No, you help a lot of people. You help me, and that will,
Gabi ka.
I will always, parang that will mean so much to me and my family, like for the rest of our lives. I mean, so I just want to thank you publicly because that was such a, a private thing that you did for me and my family. And I want to, yak na yak daw ako.
Ako din! Bakit ka ganyan?
So I want to thank you for helping my mother. I just wanted
Of
to get it out of
course.
the way. Diba?
Of course,
Why do you
my God.
feel, kasi diba your name is Heart, so talagang puso ka, you are all heart. And I
Of
felt
course,
that,
I have my bad side too. Like I'm not
I know, but
perfect.
you are all heart. You help my family, and for that, our family is eternally grateful to you. So how do you? Well, parang why do you think you have such a big heart of helping people? And I don't want to put you on the spot, but more than anything, I think that's what people really rarely get to see about you. That you're such a generous, giving heart.
Because I've gone through so much also in my life. Like, I mean, I'm okay with my family now. I'm not saying this because I have something again. No, I'm really okay with them. But I also went through my fair share of, I lost everything. I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Like, my fans would buy me my dinner, because my stuff was confiscated from me, and I
Yes.
know how it feels to be helpless and have nothing, and be grateful for 20 pesos. Like, I only had 20 pesos in my wallet, and I had zero in my bag, and I know the feeling. And I never ever want anybody to feel that they can't ask anybody from help. Like, as much as possible, I don't want people to ask me. I want to help, because that's what, like, she's actually my assistant now at Uresti.
Okay.
She's my
He
main girl
texted
now.
me. Yeah, yeah. She was the one who
Yes.
was texting me.
Yes, that's right. And she was the one that bought me dinner. She
Oh,
bought me dinner.
wow.
She made me
Wow.
libre that whole day. And I know the feeling. And after that, I really realized, like, hindi tayo perfecto. We all have our bad side. But if you have good intentions, like, you don't wish anybody ill, no matter what your circumstance, or no matter what you're going through, you will be surprised by the blessings that will find its way to you. Like, I will say that I sometimes feel like I don't know what I did. Why am I getting emotional? No, it's true. Maybe it's the time. It's the season. Lang. I don't know what I did. Why I'm I have blessings. Like, I sometimes don't get it. That why, like, I feel there was a time that like, I feel like, showbiz didn't want me anymore. Like, I was, wala, done. It's gone. She's over, ganyan. But for some reason, like, it just started to pour in, and I can't understand. But that's the reason why I want to give back, because I feel that why is God giving me this when I feel like I'm okay already? Like, I'm not saying I'm okay, like I have everything. I'm not saying that. I'm saying is, sakto na yung buhay ko. I don't need more. But because I feel like maybe, God uses all of us as instruments to help people. And it's not,
Yeah.
that's why I don't like talking about it, because, of course, I'll talk about it because we talk about it. That's why I don't like, because I feel now you're taking away the real reason why. It's not for people to give you glory. It's for people to give glory to God, that He
Yes.
answered
Yes.
their prayers and just use this person to get to you.
Yes. Yes.
So
Exactly.
that's
We
why
were
I feel
praying.
like,
I know we were praying so hard because parang at some point you get to the point na parang, oh my God, wala na kaming pangtustos. And then I was thinking really to be, I mean, like, was so, tactical about it. And like, okay, we have to ask help from the government. And, I came to you only because I didn't have a personal relationship with the senator and the governor at the time. And you know what? I will never really forget that day. And we were corresponding, and we hadn't seen each other in a long time. But you were so, I mean, like, your hand was so light to help. You helped me, and you helped my mother, and you helped our family. And for that, like, our family will be forever grateful to you. Heart
oh my God,
Evangelista. You have a heart of gold. You deserve
grabe
your
ka.
love. I mean,
No, but
you are
that's
unique. Oh,
also because of you. You know why? Because ever
why?
since when I was young, you were always so nice to me in ASAP. You were always so caring and so sweet. And, for somebody that was going through so much, I had so much insecurities. You always were like a little light bulb of happiness every time I saw you in the hallway in this chaotic world. And I never forgot that. So,
Thank
I
you.
have good memories about you, and I just wanted to give it back.
I was also, I always had good memories about you. Literally seen you grow up to this beautiful, young, globally recognized woman. And even so, you always take time to help. And I know that you seek people out, like even on Twitter, you said, nasan ka? Tutulungan kita. I mean, you really, really assert yourself to help. And you don't get enough credit for the help that you do. And I just want to put you in the spotlight and say that this girl really helps. I mean, parang you bring us so much entertainment, but just by, the way you look, the way that you dress, but more importantly, profoundly and like deep inside, you are somebody that we need, because you are somebody that is a giver. You're a generous heart, and I just want to
Thank you.
thank you before we end this. Can you believe it's already been an hour?
It has.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So cheers. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Cheers.
For
Thank you
talking to
so
us
much.
all the way from Sorsogon, and we hope
Yeah.
one day to visit. And I recognize that you are campaigning for Sorsogon, and it's such a great, 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 campaign na parang one woman campaign. Ano ka talaga?
Just,
Machinery for Sorsogon.
yeah, hopefully, and especially now, I really feel na more than ever, we should really support local, like super.
Yes,
Magtulong-tulong tayo because talagang the times are so bad. And we
Okay, so
should really help each other.
exactly. So as a final question na lang, parang as Love Marie ang pao ko, Escudero, and as Love Marie that was born on who was born on Valentine's Day, what is now, exactly now at this moment, in the whole, amid the COVID, pandemic and everything, what is the one thing that you learned about love, and what is the one thing that you can tell all of us, your friends, fans, and followers, about what you learned about love?
You never know when time's up. And, we're in this world only once, and we don't even have a contract till when we will all be together. And so you have to really make time to mend relationships, to love each other, to be with your loved ones, or to text them, to call them, and to really feel that make them feel that you love them. Because really now, with this everything that's happening, all of those bags, all of this, all of everything, it's nothing if you don't have your loved ones with you, and if you don't have that quality of life that you can really love each other. I mean, that is just so important, and love really makes a big difference in this world. It'll keep you breathing.
Thank you, Love Marie, for keeping
Thank
us
you so
breathing.
much.
Oh my God. Gusto mo pang beauty queen yung last,
I love it. I wish we could chat more, and I wish we could talk more about different kinds of love. It was so fun.
Sige. I mean, like, I want to do another one, like, with all of you guys. So I'm learning a lot from this. And, parang I feel like, because of this, parang we've connected better towards each other. So, I would just see you in the fashion parties, and we just say hi and hello, and we take a picture. But we never really, talk like more profoundly,
Yes.
like, the way that we're speaking tonight. And that
I
means
love
a lot
it.
to me. Yeah, that means a lot to me, that I get to know you more. I mean, like, meeting you parang ilang years ago, and now seeing who you've become now, and what kind of woman that you've become. I don't want to say this like parang ate, but I'm just really so proud of you. Because I don't want to seem old, diba? Parang
No, you're not. I'm also old na rin.
But
We're
I
all
hope
getting
to see you
there.
soon. I mean, like, when all of this is over, I hope that, we like, I make a trip to Sorsogon. I'm gonna plan a trip to Sorsogon. And
Yes.
you're there when I'm there, and I hope I see you in Manila as well. And I just want to thank you for giving us the time. I know that you're asleep by 9:30.
No, I'm fine. I had a good time. I'm gonna finish this when this is done, then I'm gonna sleep. But
Okay, so
I had
cheers,
a good
and
time.
thank you.
Cheers.
I love you, Heart. Thank
Love
so
you,
much.
dear. Ingat ka. And everybody watching, thank you. But don't go away, because there's gonna be a hot guy with a really, really good love story to boot, which is coming up next.
Thank you for
Bye.
Bye. I love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.